Quick Resume on the Xbox has just got a lot better courtesy of the Xbox Insider program, and it seems that Xbox, as has been the case with them recently, have been listening to Xbox Insiders and the Xbox community generally, and they've implemented a lot of the changes that people were asking for. Now, as you can see here, I've got Xbox Wire up, and it's looking at the Xbox Insider release notes, and the most recent release is the beta tier, and that was released yesterday as I'm recording this. And basically this new release brings the beta tier pretty much in line with the alpha and alpha skip ahead tiers, although there are differences specifically to the skip ahead, which has a completely different release schedule. But anyway, we're not going to get into that here. If we go into the beta release notes, it'll show us what I'm talking about. And bear in mind, these features will normally come to the general population a little bit down the line. And obviously, as they're now with the beta stage, they're a lot closer to being released. So anyway, I'm just going to go over some of the other releases or some of the other features that have been added briefly before we get into the meat and potatoes of it. If you look here, it says audio. Users will now have the option to enable audio pass-through with your favorite media apps by going to Settings, Audio, Advanced, Allow Pass-through on the console. What that basically does is it means if you're using something like Netflix or Amazon Prime Video or Apple TV or Disney, which I've been using a lot lately, the audio will pass directly through from the app to your home cinema amp if you're using a home cinema amp. And that will give you cleaner audio, which should result in you getting a better, cleaner signal. And it will sound better. Now, we've been having this for a long time now with DVD players and Blu-ray players and 4K Blu-ray players. And they can pass the audio directly through, so they're not doing any processing on board. And as I say, it should improve sound quality. So that's a nice added feature that Microsoft have added in now. And as I say, you can add this in settings, and I'll go and have a look at that briefly in a moment. Then you've got dynamic backgrounds. Today's update includes a new dynamic background. Users can select the Motes background by going to Settings, Personalization, My Background, Dynamic Backgrounds. I don't usually do much with that because I like to have my game backgrounds as a general rule. Just means it changes and it doesn't look the same all the time. But it's your personal preference. And then we've got Game Pass. Users browsing Game Pass spotlighted titles will now notice that a game trailer will play without audio when a title is in focus. Okay, not really bothered about that too much, and I'm not sure many people would even notice that one. And then we get to the really important one, Quick Resume. A much requested user feature is being included in today's update. Users will now have access to a new group that will show all current Quick Resume saved states. Additionally, the guide will now indicate if your actively running game supports Quick Resume. And this changes things quite a lot and makes it a lot better and a lot easier to use, though it doesn't solve all the problems that we've got with Quick Resume. And I'll talk about that a little bit in a minute. But if we go back to the Xbox, I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's just quickly have a look at the audio options that I was mentioning. And as you can see, I've got settings up already here. So if we go into settings and general, and then down to the bottom, volume and audio output. And as you can see here, we've got allow pass-through. And that's what I was talking about. If you tick the checkbox here, it will allow Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney, Apple TV to output the sound directly to the amp with no processing on the Xbox. And as I say, that should result in you getting better sound quality. So yeah, that's a nice touch, and I'm glad they've implemented that, and that should be coming to everybody, presumably, fairly soon. But what we're here for is Quick Resume. And if you can see here, I've got several games up and running. And normally what would happen is you would click on a game, and if it's in Quick Resume, it would load up. So if we do this here, that one's actually running in the background already. So let's just go back and out of there, and Minecraft Dungeons, it will say Quick Resume in the top right hand corner. There you go, Quick Resume. So that's nice. it's got quick resume, and that loads up fairly quickly, and you can go straight out of it quickly. Now, I've just hit the guide button, or the Xbox button, whatever you want to call it. And if you look, after I hit it, it brings up the guide bar on the left-hand side. But also on the right-hand side, if you look, you've got your gamer score, and you've got your battery and your mic and all the rest of it. But you've also got quick resume. Now, if you bring up the guide and the game is quick resume enabled, it will now show quick resume in that right-hand section of the screen. So that's handy, because if it doesn't show quick resume and you go in there and it doesn't show quick resume, you can think, this isn't a quick resume title. I'll just save it before I exit out. So that actually helps in a real case, in the ability to not lose your saves or whatever. Xbox is pretty good with saves anyway, but it does help in that area. So that's a nice little touch. If we go out and back into Forza Horizon, that'll say quick resume, and it should load up in a matter of seconds. There you go, and that's loaded up. And if we hit the guide again, you'll see quick resume in the top right hand corner again. So that also does that with Forza Horizon 4. So that's nice. So that's one of the features they've added. Another feature they've added is that there is now a list of quick resume titles. And if you hit the guide and you go down to My Games and Apps, you'll see it here for me. It's the first option. Now, I've rearranged it so it's the first option, mainly because for this video it's easier and I don't have to go faffing around finding it. It was initially right down the bottom here. But quick resume is now showing all the games that I have available to me on quick resume. And yeah, that's a pretty nice addition as well. And the other thing, if you hit the menu button now, if you look, you've got your usual options: add to home, add to group, go to official club, see in Microsoft Store, manage game and add-ons. And then at the bottom here, you've got remove from quick resume. So that's quite handy as well. It means you can take games out of quick resume. If, it might be, there's only a limit to how many games you can have in quick resume. It might be that you want to start playing a new game and you want to add it, you want to play it and you want to have it access quick resume. You can actually take some games out and that'll free up some space for quick resume. So that's quite handy as well. But it's just nice to be able to see the games that are available in quick resume. And you could just flick between them and load them up, as and when you want. So, let's say if I wanted to go into Fight Night now, just click on it, quick resume. There you go, top right-hand corner, and it will load up in a matter of seconds. And I don't think I'm in the middle of a fight at the moment, so no, I'm just in the menus. So that's that. And as you can see there again, top right-hand corner, quick resume. Let's just go home and bring that up again, My Games and Apps. As you can see here as well, it's a full selection from Xbox Series X Enhanced. You've got Xbox One games. These are both Xbox One games, but Forza Horizon 4's Enhanced. Then you've got a 360 game. Then you've got an original Xbox game. In fact, you've got, Destroy All Humans was originally an original Xbox game, but that's actually an upgraded version for Xbox One. So you've got original Xbox and 360 games, as well as Xbox One and Xbox Series X games, are all available for quick resume. And that's great. So yeah, things have got a lot better, but we've still got some problems. If we go into my games and apps, and I do see all, if we go down to my games, if you look here, I've got a load more games here. Now, if we go across to Crimson Skies is a game that doesn't work with quick resume. And, that's an original Xbox game. Initially, I thought, it was the first game I tried with quick resume. I thought original Xbox games don't work with quick resume. But as we can see from here, some of them do, because Black does. Also, some 360 games don't work. Enslaved. I tried using Enslaved with quick resume, just doesn't work. Same, unfortunately, with Dirt 5. Now, as far as I'm aware, Dirt 5 did work with quick resume. I might be remembering that wrong, but I thought it did work. but it doesn't anymore. It loads up as if you're loading it up from scratch every time. So yeah, there's still some problems there, and it doesn't work perfectly with every game. And I would like Microsoft to move heaven and earth to try and get at least the lion's share of games working with quick resume. But this, this option here that shows you which games are actually running in quick resume is actually very, very handy, and it does alleviate that problem somewhat, because it shows you the ones that are up and running and ready to go. I did run into some other problems as well. If we look here, let's just go back into it again. Forza Horizon. Now, Forza Horizon was working perfectly well, as you saw in this video. I have had some problems with it, though, in as much as if I just click on it and load it up here, it says quick resume and everything's working fine. And you think, brilliant, everything's great. And it's gone in this time. But I have had situations where it's come up and you've got the A button in the corner and you're trying to press on A to get it to continue loading, and it just freezes and it wouldn't continue to load. And the only way, even if I went out like I'm going to do now, if I went out and back in, it still wouldn't work. And guide's not coming up. And if I went in and I quit the game and then went back in, it still wouldn't work. And the only way I could get it to work was if I did this and restarted the console, and then it would load up from scratch. It wouldn't load up with quick resume, and it would actually start up. And if I went out and back in again, it would then work with quick resume. But like I say, there are still some glitches with it from time to time. But it is nice that you've got, games from the original Xbox all the way through to the series consoles working with can't even say it, with quick resume. And it's nice that we've got this new group now. It's also nice that you can see the current game. If you go up, it will show you if it's a quick resume game when you're playing it. These are all nice additions, and there are a few more things that they could do to make it better. Like I say, mainly adding more games into the program, getting rid of the glitches. But for now, I think this is great, and I can't wait for this to come through, into the general population so everyone can play with this, because it makes quick resume a lot more fun to use. And I can see quick resume's only going to get better as time goes on. I love it. I think it really makes the console snappy, and it makes getting in and out of your games amazingly fast, which is only a good thing. But anyway, that's me done. I'm going to go and grab myself a cup of tea, and I'll speak to you guys in the next one. Let me know if you like this one by giving me a thumbs up and all the rest of it, and come and have a chat in the comments. And even better, come over to my Discord and we can have a chat in there. And yeah, as I say, I'm gone. Speak to you in the next one. Bye.